Ghanatube and a ɁHAKE Mudofo Snowy Masanso Atrasibio Eden Sem a Ekoso Ewo my Ganimu Ebro Maja Comedian Natchez and Semo Maquapo Bobo Ebi Ano Ede Ebro Yankotie a year in Semo I am bra
conference.
Yes.
What were we going to? What suggestions were we going to make if you had not seen the recommendations of the
But there were suggestions.
Which suggestions?
The amendment you
No,
did.
but those amendments were brought in on the blind side of recommendations. How many people knew what was there apart from we being told by the party HQ that we have to do this, we have to add 2 more people to the constituency, we have to do this and all that. We should know. We should know.
What if it was made away to the committee?
Which committee?
The committee that worked on the amendment, because you had lawyers.
The committee, rather, you see, a committee cannot. The biggest forum is the national conference.
Yes.
And when things are brought there, that's when we discuss. And why can you tell me that when you are going to expand the base of your party, that is also a secret? Because you are going to do something that will inevitably get out there anyway. You understand? Mm-hmm. You are not saying go and tell us what President Kufuor said, what President Kufuor said, what the first national security minister said. That's what we are saying. What we are saying is that the recommendations that have far-reaching implications for our party are what we are looking to address. You understand?
But I didn't know what informed the recommendations they brought.
That I don't know.
The amendment.
Because we were asked to bring in our constitutional reforms or amendments. That's what we sent in. On the back of what? You understand what I mean? So let's try and do the right things. Let's try and make sure that we want to put this party on a sound footing to win 2028.
But this your 2024 laws. Was it not expected that Ghanaians were so angry that there was nothing your national leadership or the party itself could have done because Ghanaians were angry?
If you say so, I disagree.
Okay.
Because Ghanaians were angry not in 2024.
Okay.
They were angry before that. That's why some of us had to put our parliamentary careers on the line and bring attention to the president that he must do something about the finance minister. Well, we saw it. We were MPs, we were traveling up and down. We went to our constituencies and we heard the cries of our supporters and our sympathizers. And that's why some of us say no. Well, let's go and meet the president. When we couldn't meet the president, we told the whole country that this was the position, we're not happy with it. And, when push came to shove, it was out there that the economy was what cost us the elections. Especially when, I will talk about one thing. The president of the Republic at the time, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, told the country in a live broadcast that there were not going to be any shortcuts, any haircuts. Further down the line, his finance minister, Honorable Kenneth Furiata, introduced haircuts. That DDEP, according to the numbers being bandied about, affected 800,000 Ghanaians. Do you understand? So if it is 800,000, if you even divide it into 2, 400 NDC, 400,000 NDC, 400,000 NPP, times 4, your wife and your 2 kids, take that modest conservative view of it. That is 4 per every household. 4 times 4 gives at least 1.6 million. All these people didn't vote. All these people didn't vote. I can say hand on heart that all these people didn't vote. They will not go to a booth and vote against MPP. So they won't vote at all. So we know where we lost the numbers.
Okay. All right. Now, you want to become the party's general secretary. What is pushing you to want to become the general?
Well, clearly, I love my party. I've sacrificed for it. I've stayed loyal through thick and thin. And I want to see an MPP that rewards loyalty, treats people fairly, and inspires Ghanaians again. So I'm running for the position, not because of the title, but because of hope. Ghanaians had hope in us in 2016. That is why they gave us 169 MPs and approximately 1 million votes. It was unprecedented in the history of politics in our country. The first time that an opposition leader had walked straight into cabinet. That was the first time. And the NDC has also done it in 2024. Now, we can see clearly that the undying principles or values of the party have eluded us. And I don't know whether you listened to President Kufo when he came in for the
party's school, the launch of the Patriotic Institute.
Yes. President Kufo said something. He said, look, this party is not Dankwa. The party is not Buzia. The party is not Victor Usu. The party is not him, Professor Dubuahen, J. Kufuor or Dr. Bawumia. The party was a tradition, or is a tradition. We have our own undying principle. The fact that you take a temporary charge of it doesn't mean the party belongs to anybody, or it belongs to the name they sometimes want to associate with the party. There are so many of our forebears who did far more important things in the course of this tradition, but whose names are not mentioned, or probably mentioned in the footnote of history. So we talk about the undying principles or values of the party. What are we known for? Property owning democracy, right? Respect for human rights, rule of law, better managers of the economy, and stuff like that. That is what makes the NPP stand out from the rest of the political parties in this country. And I believe that we've lost that Midas touch. We've lost it. Yes, because if you talk to majority of our party people, they are of the humble view that the economy was what did us in badly. We were all over the place.
Yeah.
We maintained a certain degree of stability when Honorable Aminata came in the latter part of the administration. But it was the horse had already bolted. There was no point in trying to do anything that was going to change the mind of Ghanaians, because you win an election, I believe, 18 months to the time, not in the election year.
Okay.
Because anything you do, people will tell you it's because of the election that you are constructing these roads, you are putting up these street lights, and that is what cost us. But we've learned our lessons. Ghanaians did not reject our tradition. Ghanaians punished us to go home, and then because Ghanaians know that we are capable.
So what's your vision?
My vision,
because you've enumerated that, for example, Ghanaians that did not reject your tradition.
No, we did it not.
So if they didn't, what's your vision?
My vision is the reforms. I mean, the reforms, yes, we've done a bit, but there must be far-reaching reforms. I've told you about expanding the base of the party, right? We shouldn't give people the impression that if you're not a delegate per se, if you're not a police station executive, a coordinator, you have no say in the run of the party. You understand? That's also some of the problems that I believe the Okwe committee brought up, but which is quite not being discussed. We must make sure that in any democracy that you go, you deal with numbers. Democracy is a game of numbers. We must continue to expand the base of our party.
Okay.
Not just the former and current officers. We must bring people on board who are traders, who are mechanics. They must all come on board, because that's the base of the party. And once we are able to push those through, hopefully before the 2028 elections, by expanding the base, and then we must restore the hope and the maturity and discipline that the tradition has been associated with. Yes, we must restore that. And I believe the rebuilding process, which is more or less the recapture of power too, is doable. If you look at the polls critically from 2016, you can see that Ghanaians they don't take any prisoners these days. Once they are happy with something, they get you out. So if you're able to present a very responsible, mature leadership, disciplined leadership to the people of this country, the people of this country know who is best placed to be in government out of the two political parties. But sometimes they punish us because when you're in power and you don't listen to them, excuse me, the end result is punishment. Go back, do your homework, and come back. And that is what the party is doing now. But there must be far-reaching reforms of the parties or the party structure.
But the reforms are done by a committee, not a general secretary as an individual.
No, but who forms the committee?
The party.
Then don't let us go there, please.
No, you educate.
Yeah, just let us end here.
No, you have to educate.
Do you have to vote for who sits on the committee? Do you have to vote?
They are chosen.
So if
by the National Executive Committee, not so.
And who present the names to the National Executive Committee? Look, let's deal with the questions, please.
Okay.
I'm not here to talk about anybody. If I'm given the position, I know what to do to get the right people there to do the job. Yes, if it's a committee must be put together responsibly. And I've been in Parliament. I was there with the former Attorney General of this Republic, Honorable Jogati. Why couldn't he be a member of that committee or even chair it? Honorable Atachia, how many years at the bar? Why couldn't he be on that committee? Why couldn't he chair it? Honorable Obi Amwa, Dambuche, they're all there. Okay. Please, don't let us go there, please. If you want the best, you will get the best. If you also don't want to use the best materials that we have, then we're all going to confront the problems. We want people who have the institutional memory. We have people who have the experience. We have people who are respected. Yes. Yes. So please.
You mentioned some names.
Yeah, no, because they're all members of Parliament. They're all not in Parliament now.
Yeah.
So why couldn't somebody like Honorable Jogati chair it?
He's a colossus, really.
A former Attorney General of the Republic.
Yeah.
Honorable Atachia, a fourth member of Parliament, a former cabinet minister, Damboche, a former general secretary of the party.
He's a great strategist.
Yes. So why couldn't all these people be part of the? If you only want to put a team together to work for this party, put a team that will scare your opponents. That's what politics is about.
But you should also. Okay, anyway, you say you don't want us to do it.
Yes, because you are trying to push me into a certain corner.
But that makes people understand the sort of boardroom.
They understand. You see, politics is now become fanaticism in our country. People don't want to read through the issues. People tell you because Kojo Brace is my friend, anything that I have to support him. Yes, but they forget that we are dealing with millions of Ghanaians who don't have friends at the top.
No, but the committee they put together too were made up of some of the brilliant minds you have in your party.
Mention some of the names. No, why do you want to dwell on that? I think you've spoken about that. Okay. Let's move on.
All right.
They've done their work. Let's move on.
Okay, but you say that your party, Ghanaians love your party more to be in power more than the NPP.
Of course, Ghanaians know. Anytime we win an election, look at the numbers that turn up to vote. If you want to be a dispassionate observer of the political history of this country, take all the elections, the proper elections, from 2000 coming. 2000.
Which one of them is not a proper election?
The 90s one, you can describe them.
Okay.
2000, when you've had competitive elections in this country. Look at the data.
But 96 was competitive. You have
to
start from 96. 92 we understand, but 96.
Kojo. Anything to do with Jerry Rawlings, you can't say it's competitive.
It was.
Oh, okay. Your opinion, I differ.
Okay.
But if you look at the data, anytime we win, look at the numbers. NPP always comes to power with huge numbers.
John Mahama has wiped that.
Oh, he's done his bit, but we'll reverse it.
Okay.
Inshallah, we'll reverse it.
And you would reverse that?
Oh, yeah. No, because it clearly tells when people are angry with you, they don't want to listen to you, they don't want to hear you, they don't want to hear you out. And that's what happened in 2024. The Ghanaians were just angry with us.
So how do you think you can win back the trust of?
We can do it. But how was Mahama able to overcome the 1 million votes he lost?
How will you do it?
You want to come and talk about my strategies to you and to the NDC?
I want to know how you.
Well, you wait. The first step is to make sure that the focus should be on the parliamentary seat, not the presidential. Well, if you don't win the parliamentary, there's no way you win the presidential. Okay. You understand? You are moving the car. If you don't move into first gear, you can never go into second gear. And people are always forgetting and mixing the two. That you win the most seats in parliament, the presidency falls as a bonus. That's why NDC will field anybody to win an election in a constituency, because when they know they win, they have the numbers, they know they are in Jubilee House.
So they will decide to say we are pinpointing this person to contest. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because why? There are certain areas. Look at Ayawaso Wesugon. Dumelo came close in 2020, but they didn't win. They didn't change Dumelo. Even when the Newman guy wanted to contest him, they didn't change him, they maintained him, and he's won a seat for them. NPP, there are so many instances like that where we've changed candidates who were able to win those seats for us at last minute because of primaries. Okay. And stuff like that. Yes, you see, so NDC has a way of, shuffling things to win an elections. And these are the things that we must also learn from them.
But there were places that they took new candidates as well and they won the seat for them.
Well, it depends. But what I'm trying to say is that there were so many areas that the new candidates, not the new candidates, the old candidates, if they had been maintained, I've been told a case in the Upper East, I don't want to mention the name of the constituency. If you had maintained the candidate who contested in 2020, he would have won the seat this time.
Okay.
Because he was basically robbed in 2020. Right? There were almost 13,000 or 14,000 spoiled ballots. Yes. Oh, hey, the winner won by 67 votes. You understand? So you know that some fingers were moving around. So let's leave it at that. So the focus of the party should be on the parliamentary, not the presidential. Though it's 2 elections in a day, but you win more parliamentary seats. The president, the president is the Jubilee House. Yes, look at the trend in the Fourth Republic. Who has lost parliament and won Jubilee House?
Okay.
But people are not addressing their mind to it.
So your party should focus on the parliament.
And you see, that is the distinction between the national executive officers of the NDC. The chairman is a former member of parliament. The general secretary is a former member of parliament. They know that your focus should be on parliamentary seats. And look at the focus. The focus is more on parliament. Look at what happened in Doma. Do you know the lady they put up in Doma to beat our candidate there, Paul Chumberema? Have you seen the candidate? I think it's Honorable my memory's place too. They will bring somebody who is just popular there to beat you and take the seat for them. The person can come and sit in parliament for 20 years. They don't have to talk. They can just sit there as MP. Whenever we are counting, they have the numbers.
Once he or she wins the seat.
Yes. Once they are interested in winning the seat. Well, they know that the more seats they win, Jubilee House falls as a bonus.
That's a strategy your party doesn't have?
Well, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm talking.
Abusiafo ya fakulty ensem no aba obetimi e the comment abreme e comment section na mejebe akenkan ni na e de amafefefe the science so e carry him say aha e Ghanatube so ensem a ekoti e ba bremo nyina no onsa e be kan e wa on subscribe na hit notification bell no se na bia ensem no e de tuma na wonya ne enten pa so sisi ade makram.